Converting a ratio or a number to a percent is just a little bit trickier than the other way round, because we need to think a little bit beyond what it says on the box. What is it that we're trying to accomplish when we convert to a percent? When we convert to a percent, we're trying to write a ratio with denominator 100. So, if that's what we encounter, if we encounter, for example, the fraction 43/100ths, we can say right away that that's 43%. But what if the denominator is not currently 100? What if we encounter, for example, the fraction 7/20ths, or the fraction 5/12ths, or the decimal 0.31, or 0.004. How could we write those with denominator 100? 7/20ths, maybe we have a brilliant flash of insight. Maybe we notice that 100 is 20 times 5. So we can say 7/20ths. I can multiply my numerator and denominator both by 5. So that'll be 35 hundredths, or 35%. That's neat and all, but you know, most denominators aren't 20. And even if they are, this is kind of a weird, tricky technique. We'd really like something that just works. Let's talk now about a technique that just always works. We can always turn any number into a complex fraction with denominator 1 just by writing our number over 1. So 5/12ths becomes 5/12ths over 1. 0.31 becomes 0.31 over 1. 0.004 becomes 0.004 over 1. And now, I know what I can multiply 1 by to get 100. If I'm going to multiply my denominator by 100, I also have to multiply my numerator by 100. So 5/12ths is 5/12ths times 100. 0.31 is 0.31 times 100%. 0.004 is 0.004 times 100%. To convert to a percent, we just multiply by 100. And that makes perfect sense. Remember that to convert from a percent, we divide it by 100. Those processes are just opposites of each other. Now, actually doing that multiplication for 5/12ths is a little bit tedious. 5/12ths times 100, that's 5/12ths times 100 over 1. So that's 500/12ths. I'm going to make that into a mixed number. 12 goes into 500 into 54 times, into 20 once, with 8/12ths left over. And then I can simplify 8/12ths, Common factor is 4. That's just equal to 2/3. So 5/12 equals 41 2/3%. Just like with unit rates, we will typically not give a percent as an improper fraction. We'll typically give it either as a decimal, a whole number, or a mixed number. With the decimals, this is a little bit easier. 0.31 times 100. I can do this the long way, ignore the decimal points and multiply. And then I have 2 digits after the decimal point. So 0.31 is 31%. 0.004 times 100. Ignore the decimal points and multiply. And then I want 3 digits after the decimal point. So 0.004 is 0.4%. Or maybe I remember the shortcut. To multiply a decimal by 100, I just move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So 0.31 times 100, 1, 2, gives me 31. 0.004 times 100, 1, 2, gives me 0.4. Or maybe I find that I often mess up where my decimal points are, and that's fine. We can also use our calculator and just multiply by 100. So we could take 5/12 times 100, 41 and a decimal, subtract the whole number part and convert the result to a fraction to get the mixed number 41 2/3. 0.31 times 100 gives us 31. 0.004 times 100 gives us 0.4.